to another green marble crochet tutorial. I've decided to film outside this morning because it's a beautiful day and I probably don't get enough sunlight. So here we are. For this tutorial I wanted to show you how to make this candy skull design that I came up with. Yeah, it's based off somebody else's design, but so I just googled skull crochet and I found this awesome design, but it didn't suit exactly what I wanted to do, so I sort of modified it a little bit. And yeah, now it's how I want it to be, so it's really good. So yes, I'm going to quickly run through that with you, and also just because, you know, it's Halloween and I want to start doing some more Halloweeny things for October. Just, you know, I'm going to do it in this lovely orange pumpkin yarn using my 5mm hook. So yes. Alright, we're going to do it outside. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, to begin, I'm going to start by making a slip knot. And you don't want the tail or end of the yarn to be too long, because we're going to try and weave it into the stitches as we go along. So make a slip knot, adjust the knot to the hook, and chain 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 20, 21. Okay, now count 14 stitches back from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and slip stitch into that 14th stitch. So slip stitching into that 14th stitch. Now chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to slip stitch into the beginning chain. So just into the top there of that beginning chain, slip stitch. Oh, that's a bit tight. No, I made it. That's awesome. Okay. And slip stitch. There we go, just like that. Now what we want to do is we want to put 18 single crochets into each loop. So to start with, because we're in the middle of this loop, we're going to put 9 single crochets into the top part of this loop. So just no chaining up one, just straight 9 single crochets, and I'm stitching this end part into the design. So I'm going to hold it like that and just go straight into the loop with a single crochet. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 into, what's the 9th one? There we go, just like that. So that's what it's going to be looking like. Now put 18 single crochets into the next. You can go sort of push that end bit aside and just trim the yarn to neaten it up later. But put 18 single crochets into the next loop along. So just move straight into the next loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if those start to get a little bit tight on the loop, and if you feel like you're getting too close to the end, you can push them aside and they will bunch up a little more. So 18 single crochets into this loop. Alright, and there's 18 single crochets into the second loop. Now we're going to put 9 more single crochets into the bottom half of the first loop. So just straight in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and what you'll see by what I mean by bunching up is they get a little bit close to the end, so you can just push it aside a little and make some more space for yourself. So we're up to, we did 6, didn't we? So 7. We can actually count, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and one more just in there for 9. Now we just slip stitch straight into the top of that first single crochet, just like that. Now what I like to do is just to make sure I've got all the stitches that I need, I like to count, so including the stitch that we slipped into, we count that as a stitch, so there should be 36, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Perfect. Okay, so next step is to put a slip stitch into the next stitch along. Now, no chaining up one, just put a single crochet into the next 14 stitches. Alrighty, and there we go. That is 14 single crochets. Now what you do is you just turn your work so the back is facing you, don't chain up one, and skipping the first stitch, so that first one just there, single crochet into the next 12 stitches. So skip the first stitch and into the next 12 stitches, and do nothing with the last stitch at the end of the row. Okay, now that I've done 12 stitches, I'm going to turn the work again, and once again skipping the first stitch from the hook and single crochet into the next stitch along. We're going to be putting a single crochet into the next 10 stitches. So the next 10 stitches along, so 1, 2, and 10. So there's 10 stitches. Now once again, turn your work, and again skipping the first stitch, we're going to put 8 single crochets in. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and there's my 8 single crochets. Now turning your work again, do a single crochet all the way right up until the end, well, skipping the first stitch, because we always skip that first stitch for the head, and then we put a single crochet in, so there'll be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a single crochet right into that last one there. Now our next step is to put a single crochet into the side of each row back down to the end. So we've done it for the single crochet of 6, now into the single crochet of 8, so somewhere in there. You don't have to be too tidy, but give it a go. Okay, so that'll be 8, and then for the 10th row, so 10, and then 12, and then somewhere in there for 14. So where should I go? I should go, it's maybe in there, like that. There we go. So that's down the side, and that kind of helps to keep the border neat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to begin work on the jaw and the bottom half of the skull. So you can see that stitch has already been used just there, ignore that, and slip stitch into the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Now I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but once again you're going to slip stitch into the next 6 stitches along, so 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6. There we go. Now count 6 stitches along, and we're going to skip them. Actually, first chain 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now count 6 stitches along, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch after that. So the 7th stitch along, slip stitch, and counting that as the first slip stitch, so 1, and we're going to slip stitch into 6, so 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now at this point we do chain up 1. So chain up 1, turn work, and put a single crochet, skipping the first, well, yeah, not skipping any first stitch. So put a single crochet into the next 6 stitches, so 1, as you can see, into the next 6 slip stitches. So you'll be able to see the slip stitches are on the top, just there. So not these stitches at the back, but the stitches on top. So 1, and that stitch just in there like that, and 2, so into the next 6. Okay, here we are, and we're up to that chain of 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 4 single crochets around that chain. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Oh, there we go. Alright, 4 single crochets. Now it's just going to be 6 single crochets into the next 6 slip stitches. So that one just there. They might be a little tight to get into, but persevere and you'll make it. So 1, yeah, see, sometimes it can be a little hard, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, yes. Oh no, oh no. Oh man, sometimes it's hard. 5, and number 6. There we go. Come on, 6. Come on. Oh, okay. 6 is done. Alright, now turn your work. And what we're going to do is we're going to, skipping the first stitch, so, and counting that as 1, oh no, skipping the first stitch, slip stitch into 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. So now chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now put a triple crochet into the next 6 stitches along. So the triple crochet goes yarn over once, yarn over twice, insert hook into stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. Let's start that again. Yarn over once, yarn over twice. It can be tricky. Insert hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops. So let's pull through 3 sets of 2 loops. Let's do that again together. So yarn over once, yarn over twice, insert hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Way more successful than the last triple crochet. So yeah, so do 6 of those. Now here I am, I've done 6 triple crochets, and what we're going to do now is chain another 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 4. And we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch along. So that one just there, slip stitch, slip stitch, 1, and then a slip stitch into the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and that last stitch at the end of the row, slip stitching into that, pull 4. Now we're going to slip stitch into the row beneath. So just in through there, slip stitch into there. Oh, that. And grab some more yarn. Alright, slip stitching. Now we're going to put a slip stitch into every stitch along, well, into the next stitch. So just ignoring that one that's been stitched into. Put a slip stitch 1 up the side, 2, 2, and 3. And there we go. And then we're going to put single crochets into the ends of this, to the sides, to the ends of the rows for the head. So remember there was row 14, so we can go straight into there, so counting, 14, 12, next row up, 10, and 8, and then we're just going to slip stitch into the beginning of that row at the top of the head, so it would have been the 6th. So there we go, just slip stitching, and do you know what, we've finished. So let's actually just grab that again, and we'll do that slip stitch, but let's keep that loose so I can pull through. There we go, like that. Yep, it's actually as simple as that. So I'm going to pull that through, tie it off, just like that. And look, we've made a skull! Yay! And you just grab some scissors and trim off the little bits of yarn that are poking through for that beginning piece, for the beginning thread. And there we go. And there we have our super cute little candy skull for Halloween. This one's more like candy corn. So yum. Alright. Wow, there we go. So that's all of our skulls. I'm thinking of doing maybe some more skulls, just, you know, silent tutorials, well, not really tutorials, just little quick videos, but I'd like to do ones with, I've already experimented, I'd like to do ones with sparkles. So I'm going to thread beads and work them into the skull, and they're going to be really cute. And as I always like to say when I make an applique of some sort, I'm going to make more and make a bag. So yeah, I'll probably make a really cute skulls bag for Halloween maybe, I don't know. Anyway, if you've watched till the end of this, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I've really enjoyed making it. I've really enjoyed coming up with this design. I'm super proud of it. So if you've liked it, also please, oh, that's what happens when you're outside. If you've liked this video, please like, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'd really love for you to join me for some more fun and subscribe. Okay. Thank you very much.